So we are making a breakfast video in Ho Chi Minh City. This is our first breakfast spot. It's called Phở Thìn. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. We also don't know what we ordered. We ordered 2 bowls of beef noodle soup, but what meat is in there we don't know. We just kind of pointed at what we wanted. I'm not a big fan of the beef balls, so I hope they don't include that. Other than that, yeah, it's a pretty local place. I mean, to be honest, right now in Vietnam there's not many tourists around anyway, so everywhere where we eat is where the locals are eating. So yeah, hopefully it's good and can't wait for the noodles to come out. Okay, when we looked up what to have for breakfast in Vietnam, because we didn't know what the locals eat, we assumed it was pho or congee. We actually discovered that they don't really have breakfast food. It seems to be that anything they eat for dinner, they'll eat for breakfast, which made my heart very happy because I'm like that as well. I'm the kind of person I would happily eat lasagna for breakfast. So we got 2 bowls of pho, and it's really hot. I'm just going to try the broth first. Since we've been here, we've had about 3 bowls of pho, so this is the 4th one. Oh wow. So far, my initial thought is this is already very different to every other one I've had in terms of it is very aniseedy, which is actually really nice. I'm just going to add some herbs. There's some herbs that we'll get on the table. I'm just going to add some. And I think we've got a mixture of different types of beef. So there's like a fatty bit, a lean bit, tendon. I'm going to try a piece of tendon actually. So tendon can look like fat. If you've not had tendon before, it can look like fat, but it's not. It's literally just collagen. So soft. So soft. I'm going to try this fatty piece of brisket. Very nice. They gave us these donuts. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with it, but I'm just going to dip it in and eat it and see what it's like. Very good. I'll happily eat 2 of those. We were given 4, so 2 each. Very good. So far, this is a really good breakfast. Like, I love having breakfast like that. There's also chili and stuff that you can add. I don't always love adding too much of that stuff because I actually really love the beefy flavor of the broth. And I sometimes find like chili and the lime can change it too much. And I quite like you're able to taste their style of broth. I think Kenwood's a bit different. He likes to add a lot of the stuff, but yeah, I'll add herbs and I'll add some of the bean sprouts and I'll eat the donut. But other than that, I like to keep it quite pure. Yeah, so it's actually just before 8 o'clock right now, or just after 8, so it's about 10 past 8. It's quite busy, so this must be breakfast time. We walked here and it was quite busy on the walk, so the city is very much alive at 7:30 in the morning.
So, I'm now setting up my pho. I approach things very differently to Karen. Karen tends to be a bit more shy when it comes to adding herbs, or as the Americans would say, herbs. Very different. So I always put Thai basil, Thai basil, Vietnamese mint or some sort of mint, mystery leaf. If you could tell me what this is. What is it? No, this is not mango leaf. Mango leaf is different. This is something else. This is why I don't know what it is. I don't care what it is. It's nice. And this If you can tell me what these are, that would be great. But I add them all because I like my pho to be super robust, and it's also my very few vegetable intake. I don't really like salad, and so eating herbs and sprouts, sprouts gives me that chlorophyll and fiber. You know what I mean? So, in a way, I ordered brisket, which looks like that. Then I ordered beef that's leaner, tendon, and raw beef. So I ordered the four except for the balls, the beef balls. So let's try the broth. So far, every single pho we've had has been extremely different from the other. Almost very little similarity except for the fact that it's soup. This one is very aniseedy and black peppery and slightly sweeter. But very nice. And we have these donuts which we haven't had before, so I'm gonna dip it. Very nice. Yeah, so we don't know because the menu, we don't know how to read it. And yeah, we can use Google Translate, but there's no point. So it's easier, I found, to just go to the counter and just point on what meat I want. Because I know they serve pho, but just pointing out the meats and they go, oh yeah, cool, that's fine. And then they give us a price later. So I've actually read somewhere, this is really interesting, I don't know if this is true, but I've read somewhere that places charge tourists more. Okay, I don't know if this does it, but some places they'll just charge tourists more because they know they can. I don't really care, but you know, they'll probably charge you like 50 cents more, or whatever dollar you're paying, who really cares? But I've heard that they do that, so I don't know if it's true or not, but maybe someone can tell us.
I've been eating and eating and eating, and I swear this bowl is just not getting empty. Like, it is a very, very big portion. Yeah, I'm almost defeated, so I might have to get Henoi to help me. But since eating, I've also discovered like more chunks of grated ginger in here. This broth is honestly really, really rich and very, very good. This is definitely the type of breakfast that I would want to eat every day. Very good. So yeah, this is like a magic bowl. It just doesn't end because I feel like I've eaten this bowl 4 times and it's still just about halfway. So we'll see. We'll see if it ends. So we just finished our breakfast here at Phở Thìn, I think. And total, all up, everything was $170. We don't know if we had to pay for the tea, which if we did, it doesn't matter, and the donuts. And we think it's quite reasonable, and we really liked the pho here, and we would be back because it was really delicious. So if you're ever in Ho Chi Minh City and you're looking for a good bowl of pho, check them out. Okay, so we really wanted to film a second breakfast location. We had the spot picked and everything. And this is the thing when you're traveling in Asia. Well, I don't actually think it's in Asia. It's everywhere right now with COVID and borders only just opening. Things aren't open. So we got there and it was shut. So we went for a walk and we found this place called Aso Coffee and More.
ASO, not asshole coffee.
ASO Coffee. So anyway, we've ordered some coffees and some breakfasts. So once it comes out, we'll show you. So it might be very similar to what we had before, but yeah, which we were hoping to do something different. But it's a little bit, honestly, like it's trickier here because you walk around and it's sometimes the only thing you can find is banh mi and if our banh mi video isn't up already, it will be uploaded soon. So we didn't want to have more banh mi because otherwise the only food we're gonna have here is banh mi. But anyway, so we ordered 2 dishes and two drinks for breakfast. So yeah, we're gonna enjoy that.
Okay. So what we actually wanted to do as well in this video was kind of see, because we don't know the difference between a pho or a noodle soup in a kind of a very street side rustic setting versus a more upmarket cafe. And this place has an air conditioning part and an outdoor part, so yeah, we want to show you the difference. Is there much difference in the quality and the, you know, and all that stuff?
The seats are different.
Well, the seats are definitely different. I mean, the seats comfortable. It's not giving me like a lumbar breakage, you know.
I actually don't mind the little plastic sheets.
I know. I mean, they're okay. They suffice, but I do prefer a good backrest that gives me good lumbar support. But in saying that, to me, food is what really does it. So if the food is good, the food is good. It doesn't matter how good the seat is. If the food is bad, the food is bad, right? So anyway, we'll show you what we get. I got a pho, traditional pho, and what she called a spicy beef noodle soup. And she mentioned to me it's spicy, and I'm like, oh, okay, how spicy is it? So I, you know, yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah, and she got mad because I couldn't speak Vietnamese. No, I'm kidding. But they get kind of really upset because they think I'm Vietnamese and I look Vietnamese, well, because all Asian people look alike, but she thinks I look Vietnamese, and then when I say I don't speak Vietnamese, they kind of get a bit sad and upset about it. But anyway, she was friendly enough. Breakfast has arrived, as Karen has said. Karen is salivating and excited. Now, some people say you've got to try the soup first before putting stuff in, but I know what it's going to taste like. I can smell it. So I like to assume, without any facts, what it's going to taste like.
That is very arrogant.
Fine, I'll taste it first. It needs herbs. So, okay. It needs herbs. See? That is so yummy. So, what I love about pho, what we've had so far, is every single one we've had, yes, there are similarities, but they taste very different to each other. They don't really, like, everyone's got a different style. Like, it's not like there's a standard thing. I mean, yeah, I guess there's a certain standard that you've got to do, but generally speaking, there's like so much variation with the spice levels and stuff like that. So I'm adding some mint, and I'm adding some, two different types of mint. Okay, one is a jagged leaf and the other one is a smooth leaf. I don't know the difference, but I'm gonna add them. You have to add the mint because that really infuses in the soup. And this one here, I have no idea what this is, but it tastes really good, and so I add it. It's kind of got like a cumin flavor to it, and just have a look what it looks like. If anyone can tell me what the English name is for this, that would be good. But this here, it's got like a cuminy kind of flavor to it. And also the reason why I like to add herbs is because I prefer herbs to salads and vegetables. I don't mind sprouts because it tastes like nothing. But I don't generally like the taste of salad leaves. Okay, cool. Add more sprouts. Alright. So I don't generally like the taste of salad leaves. So that's just my thing. You know, I don't like the taste of chlorophyll. No, I'm just kidding. There's chlorophyll in this as well. And what we got as well is a coffee. So this is the Cafe Suwa Dura? Something like that? Yeah. So what is it? This is called the Cafe Shida, and this is Cafe Suwada. Cafe Suwada.
So can you tell us what this one is called?
Sorry, so this one here is a spicy beef noodle soup. It's called the Bunbo Duck Biet. So Bunbo Hue version. Yeah. Duck Biet means special. So it's got more meat or something special in it. So anyway, I'm gonna try this pho, and I'm gonna let you know how it is. Oh, look at that meat. I'm letting the meat cook a little bit. But I'm gonna first try some of the noodles with some herbs. This pho is a bit milder than usual. It needs a little bit of fish sauce, just to kind of give it a little bit of a robustness and savouriness. But yeah, this is really nice. And the difference between this one and the other one, this one you didn't have a choice of different meats you can put on. The other place that we went to, you could actually choose different types of meat, and this one you can't. It's just beef. That's it, and this is all you get. But it's fine. I mean, I think the meat's slightly better quality than the other one. I'm adding this as well. I don't even know what it is, but
I thought that this one was for this.
they're both for both. Yeah,
You act as if you know.
I know. Yeah, and so this one, the meat's a little bit better, more tender, but there's no tendon, and there's no brisket, and so it's not as fun. But yeah, in terms of the difference between the other one, you pay an extra 10,000 dong for this, 10,000 dong. But there's not a huge amount of difference, I don't think. Everything was 194 dong, 194k.
How much is that one?
So 60, both 60. The coffee, this one is 32k, this is 42k. So everything was not 194k.
So this is similar. This looks similar to that bun bo hui, I think that's how you pronounce it, that we've had before, because it's got that red oiliness on top. Yeah, so I'm very excited to have it. And this noodle is also very different to the pho noodle. It's round rather than flat.
Looks like spaghetti.
Yeah, it kind of does, but it's definitely not. The color's too white. But I'm quite sure this is egg noodle as well. Egg noodle, rice noodle. I'm just gonna try the broth first. That redness is a very specific flavor that I freaking love it, and I wish I knew what it was called. Man, it's so good. It's so it's very herbaceous, but not too intense. There's such a specific flavor, and I don't know if it's a seed, but it's a very man, it's so hard to explain. It's kind of like a ginger, but not quite ginger. Or it makes me think of like a ginger lemongrass. Maybe it's like a galangal. I don't know. I actually don't know if they even use. Do they use galangal in
I'm not sure, but
Vietnamese
we
cuisine?
went to the food tour. It was like a seed, like a spice, like a seed
Yeah,
spice.
it's definitely a seed, but I don't know if that's what I'm tasting or if it's what's in the broth. But oh man, it's so good. I could eat this every day for breakfast. This is definitely I'm gonna try a piece of meat. Yes. And then I'm gonna put this in. This is morning. You put this in here, right?
I did, yeah.
Morning glory and sprouts and herbs. I'm just gonna put the whole thing in like that. Just gonna let it get a little bit soft. But yeah, I feel like eating. I feel like eating a broth like this first thing in the morning is. I approve. Like, this is how I would love to. This is what I would love to eat every single day. And the vegetables are nice. Overall, this is really, really good. I don't recall seeing this dish around as much at this time of the morning than what you see pho. I'm also going to try this. Should I mix it in?
Yes.
I really don't want to mix it in because it looks so cool.
You have to mix it in, and you have to put the straw up your nostril and drink it through your nose.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll do that. Is this mixed in well enough for you, Henry?
No, it's not. The gradient of colour is totally screwed. A bit more, a bit more. Okay, you're doing it wrong. Nah, it's fine.
Wow. I am actually not a coffee drinker at all. I'm a tea drinker. This does not taste like the other coffees you've had here. Every time Henry orders a coffee, I'll have a taste, and I've actually had my own coffee as well, because I quite like the flavour of the beans, of the Robusta beans here, like Henry's explained. This does not taste like it's a Robusta bean though. It doesn't have that, or maybe it is. I'm not an expert. I'm very inexperienced with coffee, but I still like it and I'll drink it, so it's good. Yeah. I wonder if I should add some lime. Not to the coffee, to the soup.
Up to you.
I'm gonna add a little bit.
Should you mix it in?
I'm not gonna add chili because I don't really feel like chili right now. And also those chilies are fucking hot. Like you put in one and I can handle it, but wow. Very good. Kinda yeah, the flavour definitely changes obviously, the lime. So. Overall, this was a really good breakfast, or is a very good breakfast. Yeah, so we hope you enjoy our breakfast in Vietnam video, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.
So another thing that I noticed, the video's not over yet, sorry, just a quick follow-up. Coffee. The coffee culture in Vietnam is the biggest coffee culture I've ever seen. You know, France, Italy, all claim to have a coffee culture, and they have a huge coffee culture. New Zealand has a huge coffee culture, but I have never seen as many coffee places in saturation of a small area than Vietnam. Anywhere you go, any street you walk, you will find a coffee. If you need that caffeine fix and you're jonesing, you can find a coffee place anywhere, and it's such an embedded part of their culture. Sorry, okay. And so such an embedded part of their culture. But this one here is so different. What I love about it as well, just like the pho, just like any breakfast, a banh mi, the coffee tastes different in every place you go. And so it's their personal style, their personal preference. This one here is a slightly harder roasted bean, and there's like a buttery...
That's probably why I don't love it, because it's harder roasted and
Yeah.
I'm not a coffee drinker.
It's definitely harder roasted, and it's got like a buttery oiliness that I can't put my finger on. And I've heard that some of the coffee in Vietnam is roasted over margarine. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if this is the case with this, you know, but I can imagine that it would be. But it's got like an oily taste to it that I've never had in a coffee before. But I like. So I think some of the places that you go to on the street side, they have a jug of coffee. It's either drip coffee or instant coffee they just give. Depending on the price probably. If you're buying a coffee that's like 10,000 or 12,000, it's probably instant. But I guess when you're paying about 30 to 40,000, it's probably more bean, and they have an espresso machine inside. So yeah. But anyway, coffee culture in Vietnam, absolutely huge.